Help us level the playing field. Sign the parliamentary petition today to fuel the growth and fund the game.
25 match weeks have come and gone across the Senol NPLM Victoria men's competition for season 26. And for today's hosts, Hume City, it is not all conclusive yet. Their title aspirations remain intact following a dramatic victory at Olympic Village last weekend against last year's champions of Heidelberg United. While they remain firmly on the tail of the OT Cannons, it's simply the side from the southeast to lose. As the Caroline Springs George Cross the visitors today, they can still potentially sneak in and remain inside the top six. They have to rely, of course, on clubs around them dropping point, despite having that of a 1 point lead inside a finals position place on the ladder. Given recent form of recent clubs all lurking below them, nothing is conclusive yet. My name is Adam Palombi. It's a pleasure, as always, to be on a Football Victoria broadcast, wherever it may be across the state of our beautiful city. And here today, well, we've certainly got something which can have ramifications. Both obviously Artis and Nick Hegarty know the severity of today's match. That's why they've spared no punches in who they've gone with in terms of strength for their starting lineups. We'll start with the visitors. Caroline Springs George Cross. Christian Siciliano retains his position in between the sticks. Osman Benadou and Ross Vasiliadis are the fullbacks. Marcus Zudius and Maker are the centre-back partnership. Justin Spiteri plays as the holding midfielder with Luke Lofts and Jack Pope advancing laterally beside him. Jakob Mustafa and Leo Mars are the wide players, with Vanuatu United striker on loan Alex Saniel leading the line. As for City, Chris Oldfield's the goalkeeper. Munib Addis and Kota Kadua are the fullbacks. Sahi Addis and Taylor Shrivers are the centre-backs. Steve White and Joshua O'Kane are the midfield partnership. Birkin Kira is the playmaker. Adisu Bayu, Chris Engelhardt and Godfrey DeBella lead the attacking trio. Michael Liaris is your match official for today. Leta Tiropoulos and Matteo Brazale are the assistant referees. Alexander Nikolowski is your fourth official, just below the broadcast position on the touchline. Expect goals from today. So both sides attacking form, highlighting, of course, Hume City in their recent shootout last week. What a match that was. They were trailing, of course, under 10 minutes remaining on the clock. They were somehow able to come back and not just steal a point, but steal a victory, which keep things all intact. It was a very hard week for Heidelberg, considering their exit in the High Australia Cup. This very venue, in fact, only a week or so ago, where VPL one side, the Sunshine Eagles, had defeated the Burgers on penalties, mind you. That's concluding last year's High Australia Cup runners-up tenure in this year's instalment of the Nationwide Cup competition. As for when these sides had it last time, it was another game full of goals. It was 2-4 in favour of City away from home. Morgan Filler had opened the scoring inside the 12th minute. A double from Adisu Bayu. And goals from Kota Kadua and Birkin Kira were enough to cancel out the two efforts scored by Filler and Marzi. There's Oldfield to scramble there, the keeper. Early sighting on Caroline Springs. Chris Oldfield to navigate his way through. Seems to be a pretty high press changes. However, there's been a adjustment. Playing it high from Disubayu. Ball's gone straight towards Scott for Tabella from the keeper. Zudius stunning on peroxide hair. Heads it away. Trying to take it. Develop. Engelhardt looking for Disubayu. Away by Doubt, the fullback. Siciliano really was in any rush to come out, however. Was able to pick up the ball as Develop came sprinting towards the keeper. For White. Shrivers. Kota Kadua. Trying to find some rhythm. Engelhardt cutting in. White. All out wide. Addis. Who will be happy to hold possession for now. Nice build up with people, of course, in the Hazel Stadium Pavilion. Last home game of the season. Hopefully, from a Hume perspective, they're able to give their home fans something to cheer about. Playing finals this season. Really making strides. Columbia represented as a player for such a long time. Vasiliadis. Pedestrian. Senol would chase off the ball. Scored in Victoria before signing for Caroline Springs George Cross. He was representing Vanuatu United, his parent club. It was at Olympic Village where Vanuatu had recorded their first win in the OFC Pro League during their Melbourne leg. They played one of two matches. Senol had scored. Going into the top left corner. The assist almost outshone the finish, which was brilliant, mind you. For Vanuatu to have liftoff in their 2026 campaign against Buller FC. Kadua. Engelhardt in some space. Goes down by Zudius. The artist not pleased. Zudius put his foot in. He's claiming he got the ball. Hume City, a genuine look here.
Michael, whip it in for him! Come on, mate. What do you want him to do? Just stand there, let him shoot? You better fucking pray to God this doesn't go in.
Caroline Springs not exactly happy with the call, but has to now manage what could be a devastating free kick. It's in a great position. Kira and White behind the ball. Left and right footer respectively. Siciliano getting the wall in order. This could be the exact start the hosts were dreaming of. Question is as to who will strike. Kira over the wall! Splendid free kick from the number 10. And Hume City have liftoff early. What a season they're having, City. You have players of that calibre showcasing their quality of Burkan Kiera. Free kick was in a very promising position. Number 10 was able to the ball go over the wall and in. Vasiliadis is absolutely outraged. To keep their composure through the visitors. Yaris is really having difficulty in containing the visitors.
What an absolute disgrace.
Caroline Springs, of course, have got a fair reason to play with such passion today, considering they had come up, of course, last season on the VPL into the big time of the NPL.
I don't want him anywhere near me again.
Set piece specialist Kiena looked to whip this one in towards the back post, I'd assume. Kiera shaping the ball, perhaps stifling its momentum. White, nearly for Engelhardt. It was technically sound. The City midfielder, touch was necessary. Vasiliadis at full back. Continuous throwing. Do it. Short throw. Kiera. Okay.
Get inside, Leo, get inside.
Shivers.
Stay inside.
Kiera loses out the tight area. Sunil towards Lofts. To get there was Addis. Oldfield came off his line to clear. To do his flick on header. To the opposing manager. So the artist catching his opposing fullback to embrace for a short amount of time. Blight, passionate, determined. Georgie's today. There needed support. Touch from Pope. Hume can counter. Kiera was lunging to keep possession, couldn't do so. Mustafa isolated on the right flank. Into two. Restarting to make a major. Sinsudius. Finally, Georgie. Mustafa. Taylor's curse. Okay, comes away with possession. Kiera to the path of Engelhardt. There's a one-on-one contest, which Vasiliadis was the victor of. He slips it in behind for Lofts. Equaliser ensues. Luke Lofts. Well, Caroline Springs George Cross fires in the equaliser in a flash. Well played by Vasiliadis from fullback. Had to ensure he was not just committed to winning the ball, but getting around Engelhardt. Once Ross had advanced, a great box-cutting run from Luke Lofts ensued. It's quite the finisher through the gates of Oldfield. This game expected goals to have been scored equally at 1-1. Harris is going to have his work cut out for him today. Kira has been spoken to. But there's so many things happening just below us on the broadcast gantry. It's hard to keep eyes everywhere as Oldfield some claims as well, kept in the end. His header. His cushion, his teammate. Starforce played into intervene. This season. Time to get it. As we build towards the final round of the season. Mathematically stands. Things don't change. But hard to get a result. First cross being played in this year's finals. A long way to go. A lot of football still to be played, but you can dare to dream. The Georgies. Senol, flag goes up to cut offside. Flicks it on. Kira to Bele. Bayu trying to charge through. Vasiliadis will clear long. Senol is held. Play continues. Mustafa. Nazi running behind. Lofts. Always threatening off the ball with number 18. He's a second striker. Very shuffled shape momentarily for the visitors. However, O'Kane's broken through somehow. It's ball wide for Tabele, cut off. Vasiliadis, start to the game. Studious conceded the earlier free kick. O'Kane Kira tucked in. Let's open the scoring journey. Joining us on the live stream. Kira's free kick. Put out by a close range effort finished by Luke Lofts. All the piece. Kira. Kane. Kadua. This possession. Senol. Maker. Attackers on the cards. Mustafa. Try some space in behind. Kadua. By Vasiliadis. Quite starting this game. Engelhardt. Towards Studious. Low driven cross to belly the target. Second maker. It's a touch onto it. Senol, try latch on here. Oldford has the experience. His clearance will travel well and truly out of play. Heidelberg travel to Lakeside Stadium tomorrow to take on South Melbourne. Australian Championship winners in inaugural competition. Ends up in the OFC Pro League, of course, for the debut season of the competition, which passed this year. Recently experienced some of their season best form in the competition. 4 wins from their last 5 matches, a draw interrupting what could have been 5 in a row across NPL competition. Successful. Round 16 in the Hume Australia Cup against Fremantle City at home. Wednesday next week is going to be a match to mark in the calendar. If ever there's one, landscape of Victorian, albeit Australian football. The big show returns in the Hume Australia Cup. There's a few matches occurring at the moment across the NPL. We look at what's happening at Casey Fields. Well, City are trailing on 4-0 against Bentley. Crossbar for Oldfield. It's a fetch. City, Kieda, Engelhardt onto his left. Room to shoot Engelhardt. Simple for Siciliano. End of the way by Addis. At the moment. It's a breeze, of course, travelling. I'd like to say for this position, north. Too much implications on the game. It needs help with outswing crosses from the grandstand side of the playing surface. That cross is difficult into the wind from the broadcast position. Flank of the playing facility. The balmy 14 degrees. That wind is carrying some frost. Floodlights have been turned on. But the sun still beams. Could shine bright. City. They are technically still within the title race. They need to win both games, and I hope Oakley are to drop both of their remaining fixtures to not just have an Australian Championship position in the new edition of the competition coming up, but to lift the Victorian NPL Premier's plate. Spiteri jostles back to his position. It's a heavy touch, and well, Jack Pope is the culprit. City have the free kick. They move it quickly. Engle Hartford could do it. Kira. White. City wanting to build inside their attacking half. Shrivers. Addis. Bayou. Patience. The name of the game from Nick Higgity's men at the moment. Moving the ball. Waiting for the opening. White. Smashing pass over the top. Addis arrived. The cutback was for Tabele. It's cleared by Maker. The match's first corner. Goes City's way. Kira will take. High ball towards the back post. Disubay lofted. They can make it head of the way. Here's White. Moving it left and right. City, okay. Kadua. Engelhardt. Going for Siliadis' men at the moment, really finding the space. City able to escape on each occasion. Continue to find that opening. Addis. Disubayu. Addis's cross. Maker stuck a foot out. Kira lunged in. Mustafa couldn't escape. City will try us again. Speaking of City, Melbourne City, when they travelled to play Bentley earlier in the season, they'd won by 7-0. To now think that Bentley are potentially on the cusp of doing the same thing away from home at Casey Field, with the scoreline being 5-0. They're 2 goals away from the exact same scoreline, but reversed. Kadua, edge of the area. Engelhardt, let it roll for Kadir. Siciliano again, not bothered. Confidence goalkeeper Christian Siciliano, formerly of Victory. Played the majority of their NPL season last year in the competition at a youth level. Big loft from Shrivers. Saniel had the strength and he was happy to continue playing. It's Alex Saniel, however, Michael Uliaris will draw it back for the earlier foul. It's quite a remarkable scoreline occurring in Melbourne South. As for what's happening at Paisley Park, last time we had an update on that score, it was a 1-0 lead for visitors Avondale. As Lofts, deep ball towards the back post, spilled by Oldfield. Clearance by Addis was questionable. Subayu sends it back out wide.
That is not a good look, is it? It's fucking not a good look. You got to write this fucking Gonzalez somewhere. At least you
A free kick. The Georgies sends an opportunity. Taken right near the corner flag. Mustafa crosses in. Satsudis at the back post. Flicked it on Marzi. Back in towards the mixer. Sadio tried something of the spectacular variety. However, the flag will go up to indicate offside on the striker. Bele. Kane Engelhardt. Dropping the shoulder. Pope was strong. Read it best. Spiteri for Vasiliadis. Kegedit telling his side to step up. Tabele pressing. Siciliano had to go. Addis heads it on. Pope thought he had more time than anticipated. A bit of a stumble. Towards the Marzi side. And Vasiliadis will be for now. Satsoudias. Confirmation from Paisley Park. That scoreline is still remaining at 1-0 in favour of La Familia Avondale City. Outscored at Casey Fields. 5-1 the score, trailing to a relegated Bentley Greens. Maker. This touch works from Spiteri. Captain Satsoudias. Vasiliadis over the top. Lofts. Trying to break the lines again. With a driven run. Maker reads it best. Spiteri. Here's Mustafa. Still going Mustafa with Saniel. He gets it back on the edge of the area. Lovely play from Caroline Springs, George Cross. They're carving City open at the moment. Decisive flicks centrally from Saniel. Spiteri involved. Mustafa, the orchestrator of it all. Vasiliadis couldn't loft to win the header, and Engelhardt might have some space to infiltrate. Engelhardt tried to cross. Vasiliadis got back in time. City with their second corner. Flung in. In fact, it's right towards the near post. The breeze, which is still heading well and truly in towards the direction the corner was taken from. It's always going to make things difficult in getting the power needed. Cross to float in anywhere towards the 6 and 18-yard box, where the position was central. Vasiliadis. Marzi. Duo's been closing things down. Addis. Subayu trying to look onto it. Siciliano had to read the bounce. Distributes the ball wide. Saniel. Putting pressure on Zahi Addis. Pope gets possession back. Wants a lateral switch. Marzi can do it. Will compete. Marzi, the acceleration. Cuts inside onto his right. Marzi Searching ball for Senol will work. Pope on the overlap. Inside the area, Pope. The cutback for Lofts might have been there. Pope went solo. Luke Lofts was saying towards his midfield partner, the cutback option was there. Pope's eyes are lit up. Thought he'd try his luck instead. Possession not found by either Vasiliadis or Engelhardt. Oldfield still struggling in this match to pick out a teammate. Board his feet. It's unorthodox from Spiteri, but it will work. And they do. The ball from Marzi. One first touch to boast from the number 10. Towards the byline, here he goes. Crosses in with his left. Mustafa has time to get his footwork right. Ball won by Addis. Benadell had the clearance bounce off Addis, and away goes Bayou. Sydney can counter. The numbers favour the visitors. Bayou. White has a glance. Kadua. Space opens up for the fullback. Tsatsoudias with a big slide. And he doubles up again, the captain. Well played. Michael Tsatsoudias. The travelling quartet of away fans were certainly happy and satisfied with their captain's efforts. Vasiliadis with the throw, Lofts. Sanio. Marzi. Vasiliadis. Out by OK. Marzi, that's delightful. Mustafa. Caroline Springs finding a real bit of inspiration from the individuals at the moment. Benadell's cross. Head of the way by Addis. Mustafa loves his left foot, does the number 7. Debele and Tsatsoudias. Debele running in behind. Engelhardt knew his number 9 was going that direction. Lofts, Sanio. Flag stays down. Vasiliadis. Sanio. Lofts. Vasiliadis. Lofts. Sanil still trying to pry open this chance for the Georgies. Marzi getting intricate. Bayou. Not past Benadou. Got a bit excited with the opportunity which had presented itself. So, seeing attacks from both sides. Caroline Springs having the ascendancy at the moment, having possession. Really looking to try and find an opportunity to let fly on the edge of the area. To play their way through as well when they can. Shivers, Addis, Adus and Kadua have all been under some pressure. Really focusing on the centre-back partners. Maker wins the header. Mustafa. Tsatsoudias. Vasiliadis. We go back towards Siciliano. It's all about how you find form at this stage of this season. Fatigue also plays its role as well, but it certainly comes down to how much you well and truly may want it. Not just win matches of football, but dare to dream to play for the Champions Gold Medal, which is on offer throughout the month of September across the Senol NPLM Victoria Men's Final Series. Tsatsoudias couldn't clear as far as Engelhardt. Bayou. Benadou. To stop. Disu Bayou. Split Terry. Senol. Being creative, the number 14 across all areas in the attacking third for the visitors. Kadir. For Bayou. The playmaker unmarked. Gonna do. Earns a free kick. Score update again coming from Paisley Park. It's Avondale who have doubled their advantage. They lead by 2-0. Current standings mean that the Oakley Cannons, despite all remaining results, will be champions and book their place in the Australian Championship. The City can't find a goal. Meantime, it looks as if the visitors are more likely. Mustafa twisting and turning. Senol, they've been there. Lofts, lovely touch incisively. Oldfield comes across. Well kept by the veteran. Vasiliadis, tie not very handsome. And a flag goes up. Tabele has the strength. Bayou could be in behind. Coletta Sotiriopoulos puts her flag up to indicate offside. And Adisu Bayou. Liano is half nearing its conclusion. Zudius. Maker. Another offside. So play at the moment just being stunted a fair bit. Can't find a natural passage. A quick fire double of offsides for both sides. Right. Kadua. Here's Godfrey Tabella. There's the pace. Taking it around to Zudius Tabella. Driven ball in towards Bayou. And the dude comes across. Fullbacks for the Georgies today have been on song. Bayou is trying to find the form he showcased at the start of the season. 4 goals in his first 6 matches. Was important last week. Came in clutch for Suti when it mattered. Well, he hasn't found the form he may have at the start of the year. He's still been rather important. 11 goals scored throughout this campaign. It's a hot commodity to play on the flank at Hume City. Recent seasons, you think of Lloyd Isgrove coming across, you think of Amir Abdullah. Experience as well. Here Mazi trying to advance. Have to do so. Engelhardt. Zudius wasn't sure where to go. Engelhardt. Fouled by Pope. Birkan Kira thinking at the moment. Free kick again for City. Is he weighing up a shot or a cross? That's the question. Cross was the idea. Lovely ball in as well. And Taylor Shrivers will head home, giving Hume City the lead again. Set piece specialist, Birkan Kira. And when you cross the ball in like that, it's almost simple for the goal scorer. Taylor Shrivers. Powerful header. Siciliano unable to come across in time. City take the lead again, and they change the ladder proceedings again. Now that can help their potential. Ideas of not just qualifying for a national competition, but taking the silverware domestically on offer as well. The standings, 2 points off the Cannons. Are yet to play. Oakley travel to George Andrews Reserve, taking on Dandenong Thunder. But also automatically gone. Being added to VPL 1. Speculate, say, another 3 points in favour of the Cannons before the final day of the season. All eyes really turning to round 26. Oakley are at home on the final day of the season. They take on Dandenong City. Meanwhile, Senol, 2 minutes of additional time to conclude the first half. Senol. Addis. Wanted White short. White works it for Bayou. Kira. Spinning. City in damage control. Will they counter? Kira. Goal and an assist today for the number 10. Couldn't keep his feet. One of the foul never came. Lofts. Might be in here, Luke Lofts. Shrivers comes across to deal with the danger. Mathematically, City aren't exactly out of the top 6 race. A lot has to go right for them. They have to hope that everybody on top of them drop points. They claim all 6 on offer for a very late 6th place finish into finals. Hope never got the ball back. And to Bella. It's 2 against 2 here for City. Important slide. Nice Spiteri. Dua. To Bella. Momentarily around Spiteri. Okay. Recent scorer, Shrivers. White. Money Addis for Bayou. Hume City will cruise into half-time. They've got possession. They've got the lead. They were, of course, pegged back by Luke Lofts. First goal coming. Birkan Kira in possession now from a free kick. A set piece as well from the half. Scored by Taylor Shrivers off his head. Has the state of affairs leaning in Hume City's favour upon their last home game of the season. City have a 1-goal lead. 2-1 against Caroline Springs George Cross as we cross to half-time.
God.
Caroline Springs, George Cross in the middle of the park, are waiting to get underway. City still in out of the Nazil Stadium locker rooms, although all their playing staff aren't on the pitch yet. Their management already entered their dugouts. The last time today's visitors had lost, it was back in June against the Preston Lions at home. Since then, they were able to get a result against Oakley, St Albans, Heidelberg and Altona. All draws those matches in between the St Albans and Heidelberg draws. They had defeated Melbourne City's under-21 side by a goal to nil. They also infamously last week toppled Avondale 3-2 the final score on what was quite the contest. They had scored first. Had all the lead changes lean in their favour that match. It was Avondale chasing their tails. That's a predicament Eric Vasiliadis hasn't really been in for some time, and that's the losing sector. He'll want to turn things around if he can. As for City, well, their recent form, it's been a little bit up and down. Home loss against Oakley just over a month ago, and away loss, I should say, at Church Hill Reserve against St Albans, 3-2. Back in the winners' column following wins against City and Heidelberg, both home and away from home respectively, as the hosts have kick-off. Will hold possession. For now, they have the lead. Shivers, although his pass was errant, his heading wasn't. It was a great header. At the end, he's now defending to have Hume in front for a second time in this match. They remain 2 points off the Cannons in first place. They have to rely on Oakley dropping points. Goal difference will assist the Cannons. They have plus 11 in comparison on 28-4. When it comes to goal difference, so City have to hope that Oakley bottle it, which is hard to envision, considering the calibre of opponents they're up against in the next couple of weeks with respect to them and their situations. Purely playing for pride are both Dandenong Thunder and City. City with a slight chance, as we touched on before, but it all has to go categorically wrong for them to sneak into sixth. For St Albans, Heidelberg and Caroline Springs. So it's a lot that has to happen. Caroline Springs next week face South Melbourne at home for their final game of the season. DeBelle in a wrestle off the ball. Play resumes with Pope. Vasiliadis forces Zudis, who was firmly involved in the opening match, the match's opening 10 minutes. Eric Vasiliadis was not best pleased. It was attention drawing his protests to Alexander Nikolowski, the match's fourth official. For now, it seems as if the Georgie's manager has calmed down. Siciliano well and truly off his line. Snuffs the danger. Bayou and DeBelle. Wins settled. Oldfield finds Addis nicely. Couldn't find Bayou. Benadu comes across. Nick Hegarty giving some instructions to Adisu Bayou. Question mark surrounds if he can eclipse the form he showcased at the start of the season. Hume's number 7. Benadu. Saniel. Addis. Fouled by the OFC Pro League top goal scorer from Vanuatu United. Oldfield. Genuine purchase. On the long ball. Ends up in the engine room. Mustafa was very bright in that first half. White, just letting Mustafa be aware of his presence. Jake Pope claiming his innocence, protesting his innocence. Came with a sidestep. Nice pass out wide. Kadua crosses in. Tsatsoudias met it first. Maker. The acrobatic from Adisu Bayu. Yellow card will be issued for Adisu Bayu. What was potentially reckless. Harry Vasiliadis. Well, he's quite the character, there's no denying that. And sarcasm might claim that was serious foul play. Would have been something that has been showcased before in the NPL Victoria. Max Mikula last season against Preston at Lakeside to win the big show. Acrobatic bicycle kick goal it was for the match winner. This what was a poor NPL campaign for South. Benadou. Senol will chase. Big slide arrives from Addis. Tsatsoudias and Maker make their way up the ground. Short throw in from Benadou. Pope. Benadou can measure the cross. Oh, it's a decent looking ball. Initially it looked as if it was floating in towards the top corner. Kadua. Engelhardt. Another slide challenge on display from Justin Spiteri. On multiple occasions now being there for his side. And on the receiving end of a counter charge. Engelhardt. Not past Ross Vasiliadis, who had pulled away from his respective number 23 to provide the assist for Luke Lofts. What was a bit of impetus shown from the fullback. Maker. Benadou back to Maker. Here's Spiteri. The idea was there, the execution lacking. Marzi nowhere near it, Oldfield. Or he started a move for Hume. Well, his former employer, Chris Oldfield of Melbourne Knights, are back in the big dance. Winners of the VPL one. Back up into the promised land of NPL Victoria football. And the one season out for a Victorian juggernaut. Under the guidance of Mick Calandrella in his first season, had achieved promotion for Brunswick Juventus into the VPL 1 in last year's VPL 2 playoff. Speaking on that of Juventus, Brunswick, under dramatic circumstances last night at John Kay Memorial against Northcote, had at the death stolen a spot into the top two. Neck and neck with Northcote for the majority of the season as to who came second and earned the automatic playoff. Northcote were winning by a goal to nil. Angus Taylor, formerly of Heidelberg and quite the player across Tasmania, his home state, before coming to Victoria, had left the NPL to play in the VPL. It was with Northcote, where last night he had opened the scoring, but Juventus were able to find a quick-fire double. Meanwhile, at the other end in this match, Stabele inside the area for Hume City. Hansi Bayu Lurking also. Lofts works out wide for Senol. Heavy touch from the attacker, Benadou. Kira blocks it with his body, says the official. O'Kane, pressure was placed from Kira onto his teammate immediately following a ball that was questionable. Siciliano came for a fair gallop. He's still going here, the keeper. And he chips it over the top for Senol. Flag stays down. Well played by Siciliano. Mustafa with the strength. Addis with the clearance. A smile from Christian Siciliano, but he had to be very sure in that situation. Looked completely unfazed, the goalkeeper. Jack Pope had to basically shield O'Kane, who sensed the opportunity to try and latch on to the goalkeeper. That had gone walkabout. Pope on the tarmac. Long throw-in taken. Sadzurius flicks it on. Senol. It's Addis. Corner. The Georgies. Wrapping up that previous point made about the VPL 1. Brunswick Juventus with Sean Ellis. It was the last kick of the game in stoppage time, where the former Heidelberg United legend had sealed promotion for Brunswick Juventus. They are in the top flight come season 27. Playoffs to ensue shortly in the VPL, all throughout the NPL Victoria Finals campaign. As Vasiliadis, it was blocked to Bellet. Potential counter now for Hume City. Kira on for the pass. He looked towards Idisu Bayu. Numbers favour Hume. Bayu not around Mazi. Kira was in an acre of space. Munivatis went the other way towards Bayu. Okay, and we'll start the move again. White. Shrivers. White. Kadua. Kira. Intricate touches. Name of the game for both sides. Wanting to go as direct as possible. Mustafa. Away to Benadou. The run was premature. And now Birkan Kira has the flag. Stay down. No, it doesn't. It initially looked as if it was going to remain by the side of the assistant referee, Matteo Brazzale, who at the death put his flag up to say, Kira, you're offside. Both benches boasting lots of talent. Kept that rather tucked in our pockets today on the broadcast. Hassan Jallo, Daniel Cutler, Agua Maniel. Some real heavy hitters for Caroline Springs. Can they have impact if they are to come on? Benadou went on a fair journey. And looks as if Eric Vasiliadis is in conversation here. And a substitution slip has been handed in. Johnny Apostolopoulos and Michael Samaras complete the bench. So does Casper von Sobel, the goalkeeper for Caroline Springs George Cross. Hume City have what's their usual captain, Josh Bingham, on the bench. Camilleri, Akar, Kavak, Taksumoto and Wright complete Nick Hegarty's substitution options. Maker. Benadou, nice ball. Spiteri, not into space for Mustafa. Right nearly in towards Nicoletta Soteriopoulos. course, for Nicoletta Soteriopoulos, had made history back in August. First female match official to officiate a Doherty Cup final in the competition's 117-year history, serving as an assistant referee. It's been in the game for a long time, Nicoletta. It's great to see that accolade awarded to her, and as well officiated in the Doherty Cup final by all measures. What was a successful day for the Preston Lions. Strong crowd at Lakeside Stadium. Heidelberg had recent success at Lakeside when it comes to winning silverware. Doherty Cups have had a mixed bag of results, especially in finals. But the win surely has somewhat put into living colour that of Preston's ambitions. What's been a season for them. You might have the words to describe it, however you may interpret that. But it isn't short of success. The silverware is something which is what they've now found. Senol, from his keeper Siciliano, will claim he was hit in the back of his head. Hence he fell to his feet. The Vanuatu international. Siciliano again off his line. Went something cute, and Kira will go over the top. For the Lions, of course, recently it was Saja Oganovsky, who was appointed as manager of A-League men's side MacArthur Bulls. Only last week he was the technical football director at Preston. How quickly the landscape can change. Former Socceroo, Australia's highest league of professional football, as manager. So massive congratulations to Saja Oganovsky. Meanwhile, Engelhardt was the target. Bayu had found him. Saniel will go back towards Vasiliadis. Luke Lofts, isolated. See lone soldier forward. Oldfield, balled his feet. Maker wins possession. Mustafa, grounded ball, Pope with the dummy. Lofts trying to find room to perhaps let a shot fly or play it wide. Benedou in a wide area. Left-footed cross has shape towards the back post. And the Georgies find their equaliser. Thanks to Mustafa. The number 7 was truly showcasing what he could do in this match in an offensive manner. And once Benedou had crossed in with his left foot, Jakob Mustafa with a brilliant header beyond Oldfield. Equalises on a second occasion for Caroline Springs George Cross. 2 goals apiece. There's 6 goals in this match last time. There's been 4 this time around. Hume City Arta scored on 2 occasions unreturned. It's the same scoreline, but on home soil. As Mustafa went for a wrestle, Kira went down. As Luke Lofts has his day complete and scored the equaliser in the first half. A tiny finish inside the 6-yard zone. Lofts congratulated by his management for a player who's been with the Georgies throughout all their recent journeys as his playing time concluded in this match. as Daniel Cutler comes on. Pressing heavy early, the number 16, fresh off the bench, Cutler, South African. Forces Hume to capitulate possession. Vasiliadis for Spiteri. Engelhardt. No foul on Spiteri, who got the ball back. Saniel for Marzi. Corner. Cutler with immediate impact. Marzi crosses the ball in with shape. Oh, nearly it was to be for the Georgies. The header glances wide. Many bodies in the way. Eric Vasiliadis wants his side to remain aggressive. To Bele, nearly in behind. Maker had the wheels, and he had to backtrack. The former Port Melbourne Shark. The live ladder indicates Oakley Cannons are champions. All conclusively, with a game or two to spare. As the Dandenong Thunder and Oakley Cannons match has started. That match is in the 9th minute. No goals have been scored. A quick wrap-up of what's happened around the grounds. Avondale winning 2-0 against Altona. Bentley winning what was an eventual 8-goal game against Melbourne City. 6-2. Dandenong City and Preston are at the 23rd minute of that match, still scoreless. Dandy Thunder and Oakley in the 10th, also still scoreless. Could argue the most captivating one is the match you're watching right now. Kira has impacted from all free kicks he's taken today, whether it's a goal or an assist. Couldn't find Adisu Bayu. Addis, short throw. Kira, Addis, Bayu. Enough on the pass. Kira in a wrestle with Benedou. Addis skipping around a couple. It opens up for Kira. Edge of the box had gone down. Saniel. Here's Mustafa. Recycled to Spiteri. Studious travels the ball wide. Vasiliadis. Pope was eager to break the lines, and Studious quite acrobatic as he lofted to clear the ball further forward. Vasiliadis is going for an aggressive approach in this match. He knows he wants to win. Needs his side to win. Looks as if Hassan Jallo will be coming on. Mustafa trying to keep possession. White. Got a boot to ball. Nothing really came from it. Marzi with the cross for Saniel. Addis flicking the ball away with his head ever so slightly. It was just enough. Another good passage from the visitors. Cutler. Mustafa. Hume well and truly behind the ball. Benedou can cross them in. He does so. Headed away by White. Mustafa and Kira come together. Kira wasn't sure where to go. Marzi. Ball in dispute. Pope for Marzi. Back towards Pope. Big save by Oldfield. Keeper caught upon, and Oldfield is there to brush the ball away at close proximity. Keggedy wants to make a change and will. Godfrey DeBella. As his day conclude, Max Wright will come on. So Wright's first involvement is through defender corner. Godfrey DeBella taking the long journey back towards his technical area. There Marzi's cross with shape to Zudis, lofted up. And there's a substitute early of Max Wright to flick it out. Away from Pope for another corner. Marzi quick on the case. Max Wright, an English winger, signing from FC Halifax Town. Scored against City on his debut this season. A mid-season arrival. Corner, not exactly damaging from Marzi. Had taken a touch last off a Hume shirt. The Georges will try again. Vasiliadis will come across to take the corner. Vasiliadis. Back out towards the corner taker by Wright. Oldfield all eyes for the ball. Vasiliadis with better purchase on the second attempt at the cross. The first not his prettiest. Kadua, Bayou. O'Kane got the move started. Addis for Addis. Bayou. Maker. Beaten by Bayou, who can cross this in here. Benedou intervenes. And wanted the clearance quickly. Had no intentions of playing the ball. Cutler will chase. Addis back towards Oldfield. This match has seesawed in terms of which side has been on top. It's flowed pretty freely. Oldfield. Maker heads away. Got possession back from Pope. Wanted Cutler. Addis heads out for a Caroline Springs throw-in. Mustafa. Maker. Satsudis. Vasiliadis. Marzi. Satsudis. Left and right, right and left they work. Those in white shirts. Cutler. Benedou. Swinging ball in towards Saniel, who held it up initially. Bayou controls for White. Kira can now penetrate. Max Wright to his right flank. Engelhardt in that area. Right inside the box. It comes in. No, it doesn't. Hits the crossbar, in fact. Menacing the movements from those inside the Hume City attack. Mustafa. Marzi Can he find some magic? Running it, Kadua. Marzi onto his left foot. Oldfield again. Big hand by the keeper. Who's important there was the 35-year-old. His experience of plus 300 senior match or matches coming into display. Hassan Jallo getting final instruction. Mustafa with Marzi short from the corner. Benadou kept it in somehow, said Zudius. Heads over the crossbar. So another attacking change on the cards for Eric Vasiliadis. The question is who's going to come off. Saniel's been lively. Marzi's also had his moments. It'd have to be one of them two. You couldn't envision Mustafa coming off. From my perspective, I certainly couldn't. Maker going on one of those trademark runs from centre-back. Maker. Leaves a lot of space open. And Hume will make this work somehow. Kira into the open space. Engelhardt found by Wright somehow. Engelhardt charging. Still going. Siciliano with a low block. Comes out towards Kadua, who crosses in for Bayou. Maker got a touch onto it. Bayou went not acrobatic, he went more the instinctive, and that was going over his head. And Siciliano wanted to go very quickly. It will sit up for Marzi. Shrivers had to go back to his keeper. Bit of frantic football occurring at the moment for both sides. O'Kane. Kira. White. Bayou into space. Siciliano's come a fair way here. And the keeper provides a sliding challenge onto Odysseus Bayou. So that will be the day conclude for Alex Saniel. Hassan Jallo on this place. Vanuatu International. Lots of team chemistry, of course, at Vanuatu United. Alex Saniel providing the same for those around him at the bench, embracing everybody. So what can Hassan Jallo do? Kira. Right. Oh, it goes down. Waved away by Michael Liaris. And now Mustafa trying to latch on to Jallo's pass. Well read by Munibatis. Josh Bingham looks as if he's ready to come on as well. Bit of height provided to the Hume City attack. What could be a double change. Kadua. Right. Back towards Kota Kadua. Nearly for the fullback as Mustafa crashes into Max Wright. And Nick Hegarty has a duo of substitutions in the offing. Disibeu has his day complete. Josh Bingham will come on in the attacker's place. Aiki took Samoto. Will come on as well in place of Birkan Kira. And what a performance it was from City's number 10. A free kick goal, a free kick assist. All contributions in both goals scored for City today. Took Samoto. Has his work cut out for him. Ayub Mustafa also has his day complete. Agua Maniel. Comes on for the recent goal scorer. So many changes for both sides, all attacking changes. Indicates these sides aren't playing for a draw. Spiteri planted his feet to head the ball. Addis with Maniel. Michael Uriaris will issue a yellow card. The Hume City bench were not happy. Maker. It's a bit clumsy. Former Dandy Thunder, North Geelong Warriors and Caroline Springs George Cross will now make that his current club for Agua Maniel. Has possession. Come out towards his flank. Credit to what today goes to Muniabatis, who has really shut down any flanker which has come in his way. Mustafa, of course, had drifted to the left flank to score that headed effort. It appears as if it's been a change of shape. Caroline Springs, George Cross, Maker. Now is a defensive midfielder. Tsudius, the central of three centre-back partners. Ciliadis on the left, Spiteri on the right. Engelhardt looks to his right. Max right now in possession. Snapshot blocked by Maker. Now Marzi's in an acre of space, and he's been found by Benedou. No, he hasn't. Eric Vasiliadis galvanising his players. A result here, if it's a winning one, could certainly put them in good stead for a top six finish for a side competing in the NPL Victoria. They were in VPL football last season. And if the result stands, the Cannons are premiers. Hume City to take this to the final day. Of course, it's not completely in their hands, but they have to play their part. They need to score. So if there's another goal in this match, it could prove crucial to both clubs. Spiteri has done all the hard work. He's passed him down. White with a big challenge. O'Kane shifting it wide. Kadua couldn't control. Finals-like feel in this match, which could be a preview. Come the finals campaign in September. Bit of fortune for Benedou out wide. His pass went through the gates of O'Kane. Shrivers wasn't sure where to go. And the Georgies win possession back. Benedou goes down. Cards being issued left, right and centre in these last few minutes from Michael Uliaris, who's keeping his control in the game. Benedou certainly packed a punch from fullback. He earns a free kick at a very promising position, which could be very opportunistic for a side who have not led today. Maker at the back post. Zudis has come up. Jallo and Agua. Manuel are all there. It's all timber. Waiting to move. Marzi could strike this, Leo Marzi went over the wall. In fact, went over everybody with his effort. Addis for Oldfield. Scooping ball. Pressure moments now for City. And Caroline Springs, George Cross. It's Zudis in a wrestle with the substitute. Cutler. In behind could be Shallow. His first touch let him down. Bingham. Right. Put on the afterburners to make up some space laterally. Siciliano, call as you like for Vasiliadis, who sends a long ball forward. Marzi was offside. Oakley are in front at George Andrews Reserve against Dandenong Thunder. These next few minutes can be all but decisive. The premiers could be all but decided. And Oakley would have that crown. Oldfield looking for Bingham. Chested by Cutler. Pope, not as far as Kadua. Vasiliadis with the cut-off. Benazou further forward for Vasiliadis. Kane with the slide. Right, trying to backheel, didn't work. Maker. Pope. It will be a third time in Oakley Cannons history, if this result remains the same, where they've won the premiership. Spiteri. Nothing forthcoming for the Georgies in that move. Manuel with a heavy touch. Nearly at the end of regulation. Bingham holding up Sidzudis. Pope. Big loft from the substitute. Tuksamoto. Marzi trying to glide through. White cuts it off. Tuksamoto looks wide. Kadua. Engelhardt has lots of space. On the broadcast flank. Jallo with the heavy press. Schmeichel Uliaris deemed a foul. White gets it moving quickly. Munibatis charging. Crossing. Siciliano sees it all the way. And rolls quickly for Maker. On a card is just travelling forward with the ball. That's all he can do at this late stage. Benadou. Cutler. Jallo. Couldn't find Marzi. Can Hume break here? Bingham. Engelhardt with tired legs. Shrivers making a forward run as well, the centre-back. Max Wright for Bingham. Shrivers is inside the area. Oh, nearly found. Siciliano cuts it off. End-to-end football for your match's grandstand finish on the cards. Manuel went for Cutler. Cutler went long. for Benadou. Kadua heads away. Right. Called for the ball, or for somebody short to come towards the ball. No one was the recipient. Manuel. White. O'Kane looks towards right. It's a bold strategy from Eric Vasiliadis, but he's trying to get the most out of Agra Manuel. He's pleading with his players to work. 4 minutes left in this match. City like leaving things late. Engelhardt inside the box. Didn't get round to Zudius. City penalty. The captain may have just given Hume City a golden opportunity to keep their premiership hopes alive again. Zudius threw in an errant foot inside the box. Engelhardt had the centre-backs beating. And Hume City have an opportunity from the spot to take their premiership race to the final day mathematically. Well, it's not all in their hands. It is all on the right boot of Chris Engelhardt. Christian Siciliano plays the mind games. The Georgies may have had their top 6 hopes dashed. They have to rely on other clubs below them not attaining points. A huge moment in the complexion of both club seasons relies upon Chris Engelhardt from the spot for Hume City. And he scores! You cannot write them off if you tried. City, in successive weeks, have come back time and time again to keep themselves mathematically in the race for this year's premiership. Late drama at Naziel Stadium for your Saturday twilight match. They've gone, if it stands, 2 wins from 2 possible matches against Caroline Springs, George Cross have Hume City. But it's not over yet. From kickoff, the Georgies went straight towards their attacking halves. It's Zudius doing what he can. Now right. So much space to infiltrate for Hume. Bingham has Spiteri to get around. He waits a cover. It is Bingham. They'll have possession back. Right. Went for Kadua. And City want to bleed the clock and bring on some substitutes. O'Kane's day's done. Kavak will see out the match. Three set pieces. The catalyst of Caroline Springs George Cross downfall today. Even match it was. But City are on the precipice now. It has not been easy for them. But Nick Hegarty's men could still dare to dream. Not completely out the woods yet. And home and hosed. The Georgies will spring forward. A draw would certainly help them. Not on goal difference, but they'll be 1 game clear of Heidelberg if they are to find a goal and a point late. Spiteri Lofting it long. Cutler. Benadou. One last chance. Scuffed cross. Right, couldn't get it too far forward. Kavak will press. Vasiliadis for Tsatsoulias. Many bodies in the way. Vasiliadis back in. Head of the way by Addis. Maker. Addis with a slide. It looked like he was in a bit of pain initially. Back up on his feet. Quite the shift at fullback from Munib Addis. Pressure moment still. Marzi shifting onto his left. The cross comes in. Good shape on it too. Still there for everybody. But somehow, some way, Chris Oldfield stands tall again. And makes a very important save. Michael Uliaris looks at his watch. This match not done yet. Spiteri taking on all comers. Big slide by Spiteri. Works for Maker. Tsatsoulias. Maker. Cutler trying to flick. And despite all the chaos, Hume City have somehow found the means necessary to take the premiership race to the final day. There are a lot you cannot write off at any stage. The attention shifts to the Oakley Cannons at George Andrews Reserve. Eric Vasiliadis will be outspoken, but he still has the opportunity to finish inside the top six. They have to rely on Heidelberg not claiming points. And Caroline Springs doing what they can when they can. As for Hume, that's their last home game of the season. They end it with a victory. They're on the road next week. And they have to rely on the Cannons dropping points if there's any chance of winning the premiership. Well, the finals aren't too far away. It's coming to the pointy end of the competition. There's still a lot to happen in round 25, but that is everything all said and done here today from Nasdale Stadium. My name's been Adam Palombi. Thank you for joining us on yet another Football Victoria broadcast. The full-time scoreline at Nasdale Stadium. Hume City 3, Caroline Springs George Cross 2.